Hey everyone, welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Everything you're curious about is right here. Before we dive in, remember to subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets and share this video so more people can join the conversation. Thank you for being with us. As the rush of New Year's Eve sweeps across the city, a set of cozy, almost disarming photos from the home of Yaman and Demet Özdemir ignited the internet and flipped the tone of recent chatter. For days, whispers of distance, speculations about a rift, and a chorus of behind-the-scenes claims floated from timeline to timeline. Then, out of nowhere, came images that felt like a quiet door opening. Just days before the countdown, shots of Can and Demet in their private space appeared and instantly triggered comments like, "Something is different this time." The first thing everyone noticed wasn't grandeur or luxury, but the elegant calm of their home. They had chosen simplicity over spectacle, a natural, earth-toned palette, soft textures, minimal ornaments evoking the New Year spirit without shouting it, a modest tree tucked into a sunlit corner, and a warm glow that seemed to soften every edge. The scene breathed. It felt personal. Demet's effortless ease, without heavy styling or calculated poses, and Can's unguarded comfort, as if the camera should be forgotten at any second, made these photos look like stolen moments rather than a polished release. Once these images began to spread, fans took sides in their excitement. Some insisted this was, at last, the end of all breakup rumors, a gentle but unmistakable rebuff to the swirl of speculation. Others called it a wordless declaration before the new year, the sort of message you send when you want the world to hear you without any noise. Gossip circles went further, reading the serene smiles and relaxed closeness as the clearest answer yet. According to this view, Can and Demet weren't just together, they were choosing a path that kept them strong, steady, and away from the storm. Quietly, a wave of insider talk claimed that this was no accident of timing. People said to be close to Demet Özdemir suggested she wanted a slower, more intimate New Year's Eve, far away from the crush of crowds and the buzz of appearances. The past months had been heavy with projects, obligations, and the constant pressure that comes with a romance forever placed under a microscope. In that climate, a night at home, with the person who feels like home, sounded like a blessing. And Can, it was said, didn't just understand. He embraced it, arranging his own plans so the night matched her wish for quiet. This year, the couple's approach has been markedly different. No dramatic captions. No emphatic posts designed to poke at rumors or stir headlines. Just a handful of photographs, then silence, leaving everyone to draw their own conclusions, and perhaps to feel something of the mood those frames contained. Columnists and commentators began to use words like maturity and evolution. In recent interviews, Demet had emphasized the importance of guarding her private life, and these days of near silence seemed to echo that intention. They weren't closing doors, they were choosing which doors to open, on their own terms. Whether these photos herald a new chapter for Yaman and Demet Özdemir or simply capture a necklace of luminous moments strung across a single week is a question only time can resolve. But this much is certain. These images don't feel like the usual glossy content that comes and goes in an hour. There's a tenderness to them, a texture that has kept people debating their meaning for days. As the year turns, the photos have already climbed into the top tier of gossip stories, not for shock or spectacle, but for their hush. After the pictures emerged from their home, eyes turned toward the couple's circle. The buzz was that Can and Demet have been spending more consistent, deliberate time together in recent weeks. Rather than appearing publicly night after night, they've leaned into staying in. For two figures so frequently pulled into rumors of parting and reconciliation, that choice stood out. The entertainment world's interpretation felt practical and heartfelt at the same time. Both have grueling schedules, both have learned how noisy the outside world can become, and both seem intent on protecting something precious by letting it flourish behind closed doors. What stirred social media the most were the small details, the kind you can't easily fabricate. The table set for two with no theatrical centerpiece, just a modest arrangement and warm plates. A soft melody floating in the background, more of a heartbeat than a soundtrack. The hazy twinkle of lights near the tree, not blazing like a shop window but quietly illuminating the room. People called it unpretentious and genuine, the sort of intimacy that can't be staged because it lives in the pauses between words. Many fans said they had never seen Can and Demet look so unperformed and present, as though the world outside their apartment had momentarily gone silent. Demet's recent posture has blended with that impression seamlessly. She's been clear that she wants her work to speak for her when the cameras are rolling, and she's been just as clear that her personal life isn't a stage. Yet there's resolve in the way she holds that line now, a steadiness that speaks not only to self-respect but to the rhythm she and Can seem to have found. Those close to them say Can's support has been unequivocal. Neither loud nor ostentatious, but steady and careful, the kind of presence that strengthens boundaries without making them feel like walls. Seeing them together in such calm surroundings at a time of year charged with emotion only amplified that sense of balance. As all of this unfolded, observers noticed what wasn't there, a statement. There was no official clarification, no point-by-point response, no defiant thread. Instead, the photos did the speaking. In a world where celebrities often lace their posts with barbed subtext, Can and Demet gave nothing to argue with, only an atmosphere. That decision, insiders whispered, wasn't random. After months of being dissected on screens and in conversations, they were worn thin by the noise. Their plan for the last night of the year, apparently shared with a few trusted friends, involved stepping back from parties, stepping into stillness, and making meaning in private. Fans responded with words like adult, grounded, and real. "This is what a grown love looks like," read one comment that echoed across multiple platforms. "Happiness belongs in the heart, not the headlines," said another. Compared to past years, their stance has a clarity you can feel. The gossip world has rushed to label it a turning point, the moment a couple exchanged reactive gestures for quiet intention. Leaked talk from within Demet's circle suggests she has set certain priorities for the coming months: work that excites her, rest that she's earned, and space to breathe. Paradoxically, in making more time for herself, she seems to have deepened her connection with Can. And he, navigating a demanding slate of commitments, is said to be focused on equilibrium. He's been careful about what gets shared and what stays in the vault, avoiding any loose threads that might snag the relationship. Another notion circulating through rumor channels is that the timing and tone of the New Year photos were part of a considered strategy. If they had wanted to yell back at the speculation, they could have. Instead, they let the stillness carry their answer. No interviews crafted to close the book. No lengthy captions to dictate a narrative. Just a scene, a feeling, and a presence that suggested confidence without the need to declare it. It was, many argued, the strongest response they could have chosen. People who keep a close eye on the industry point out how far Can and Demet have come in how they move through public life. At the start, everything was hypervisible, each step scrutinized. Now, there's a new cadence. They're not hiding, but they're not performing either. They've traded the volume of attention for the depth of connection, and even those who feed off drama have had to admit the effectiveness of that shift. These images, with their understated warmth, underline that the couple seems less interested in handling rumors than in refusing to be handled by them. The scene itself, in repeated posts and retellings, has taken on a storybook familiarity. Demet in a soft sweater, her hair gathered loosely, laughing at something not meant for public ears. Can leaning back, relaxed in a way you can't fake, a glance toward her that broadcasts comfort more than declaration. The tiny tree nearby, decorated but not crowded, reflected lights dancing across the window at dusk. It is the kind of winter moment that doesn't require a script, it's enough to be there. And yet, the world looked in, and every viewer made their own meaning. Insiders describe the days leading up to those photos as unhurried. They ran errands late at night to avoid crowds, cooked together rather than booking a table at a new place, and insisted on keeping phones face down. There was talk about future plans, friends they missed, projects they love, and commitments they might reconsider. No dramatic ultimatums, no symbolic gestures meant for public consumption, just the subtle realignment that happens when two people decide how to carry their lives forward. If this is a new era for them, it isn't flashy. It's marked by fewer words and clearer boundaries. And perhaps that is why the pictures cut through the noise. They didn't propose a headline. They proposed a feeling. The commenters who wanted scandal didn't find it there. Those who wanted proof of a split were left empty-handed. Those who wanted reassurance could point to the way their bodies angled toward each other, the ease in their expressions, the absence of performative grandeur. The result is that the photos have lived longer than most content in the cycle, continuing to draw attention as the countdown gets closer and resolutions take shape. There's also the unspoken thread that runs below all of this, the bargain celebrities make with the public. Can and Demet have learned, as many do, that once you put everything out there, it's hard to retrieve what you want to keep. Their answer has been to offer a carefully chosen glimpse and keep the rest for themselves. It's a gamble in a market that rewards oversharing, but their fans seem to understand. The chorus of approval isn't just about romance. It's about boundaries that protect romance. We come back to where we started, a handful of images, the promise of a year about to begin, and a pair of people choosing to frame their story on their own terms. The entertainment world will continue to speculate, that is its nature. But, for once, the loudest noise around Yaman and Demet Özdemir is a soft one. It sounds like a home filled with warm light, a table for two, music turned down low, and a decision to welcome the new year not with fireworks, but with presence. If that is a message, it doesn't need a caption. The picture says enough. That brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed spending this time with us, make sure to subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets and share this video so others can join in. See you next time.